Hi everybody, welcome back to engVid.com. I'm Adam. In today's video, I want to give you some collocations with the prepositions in, on, and at. Now, again, just to review, what is a collocation? This is a commonly joined grouping of words, sometimes two words, sometimes three, that have very specific functions or meanings. And then in the case of the examples I'll show you here, almost all of them have an idiomatic function, meaning that the two words together mean something different than the two words separated. And you'll understand as I get into them. Now, the main thing I want to get across here is that in, on, at is not limited to talking about time or dates. Because in most English classes, when they teach you these prepositions, that's what they focus on. But you're going to see that they have a lot of different uses. And I also made a previous video explaining how to learn prepositions in collocations. You have to study them like vocabulary. And you can see that video. There's a link up there for that. So let's get started with the collocations with the preposition in. All in charge, in the dark, in light of, and in all likelihood. So what does it mean to be all in? So if any of you play poker, you know, the card game where you're betting, if you think you have a very, very good hand, you're going to take all of your money and put it into the pot. You're all in. So we also use this expression to mean fully committed to something. So if you have a project at work, or if your friend wants to do something like exciting, like an adventure, and they say, "Are you into it?" "Yeah, I'm all in. I'm 100% committed to doing this thing," or "I'm going to put 100% of my efforts into that." In charge. In charge means having control, being the authority. So in most countries, the president or the prime minister or whoever is in charge makes the major decisions, right? In a company, the CEO is in charge. In a classroom, in theory, the teacher is in charge of the classroom. In some places, the students are in charge, but we won't talk about that today. So to be in charge, to be in control, authority. In the dark. In the dark, if you imagine being in a dark place, you don't really know what's going on, right? Because you can't see anything. So that's what this expression means. To be in the dark means to not know, or somebody's keeping a secret from you, or any situation like that, where you're not aware of what's going on, what people are doing, what people are thinking, etc. And then you have in light of, which is not related or not opposite to in the dark. In light of means knowing what we know now, and then whatever the result or the next action will be. So you'll hear this a lot, like for example, in legal cases. In light of the evidence, we believe that this person committed murder. In light of, because we can see it, right? So it's not like a secret here, but it's based on information that you have in light of this information. In all likelihood basically means probably, right? That's all it means. In all likelihood, something will happen. Means there's a very good chance it will happen. It will probably happen. So there you go. All of these collocations within have nothing to do with time or date or place. So make sure you understand them as individual vocabulary units. That's the easiest way to think about this. A few with on and off. With on, sorry. We're going to start with on and off. And you notice I have the hyphens because these are all working together. So like my friend comes to visit me on and off whenever he's in town. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. If a machine is working on and off, it means sometimes it just turns off, sometimes it turns on. So the lights sometimes are on and off. Sometimes they're on, sometimes they're off. So basically not regular. On board. So of course I am writing on the board, but that's a completely different collocation. On board means you've joined something or you agree with something. So we have a company meeting and I say, okay, this is what we plan to do. And I hope all of you are on board with this plan. I hope all of you are willing to participate and agree with this plan, right? And it doesn't have to be business situations. You're on board with anything that needs some sort of agreement or a group decision to work together and do something. On behalf of, this is a very common expression. On behalf of means for somebody else. So if I decide to represent my school at a conference, I speak on behalf of my colleagues. Instead of each teacher or each person working there saying something, one person will speak for everybody. So one person will speak on behalf of the whole group. On condition. I will help you on condition that you, or on one condition, or on two conditions. Basically, on condition means there's something else that needs to be done for me to do something else, right? So if you want me to help you study for the IELTS exam, I will do it on condition that you do your homework and do everything that I ask you to do. If you're not going to work hard, I'm not going to help you. So that's the condition. On impulse. Now, I don't know about you, but sometimes I go to the store and I'm buying my groceries like bread and meat and vegetables and whatnot. And sometimes I'll purchase a snack on impulse. On impulse means without thinking about it before. It's a sudden decision to do something. That's the impulse. So an action taken on impulse is one that wasn't planned or thought about before. Now we have a few with at. Starting with at large. So at large means generally. So, for example, using less plastic helps the entire society or helps society at large. Generally, everybody. That's what it means. Another use of this is that at large means a little bit like free. So a prisoner escaped from jail and now he's at large. The police are looking for him. So at large means we don't know where he is. He's free somewhere and we need to capture him. So that's another expression use. At stake. At stake means at risk of being lost or damaged or whatever. So something is at stake means you can lose it, you can damage it, it can do something to you. So, for example, if I invest in the stock market and I put $1,000 in the stock market, what is at stake is that $1,000. I can lose it if my investments go bad. So anytime you do something, you have to consider what is at stake, what is at risk. And at risk is a synonym to this you can use as well. At liberty means free to do or say, or have permission to do or say. So let's say I'm the lawyer of a criminal and the media, the reporters come to me and say, what's going on in the court? What do you think is going to happen next? And I can say, I'm not at liberty to discuss the trial. I'm not free to. I don't have permission from the judge to say what's happening here, right? So liberty basically means freedom. So at liberty, at freedom, permission. At peace. A couple of ways to use this expression. If you're at peace, generally speaking, you're comfortable. You don't have any worries. You're okay with your situation. If you make a decision and you're at peace with that decision, it means you're comfortable with it. You don't have any doubts. We often use this when somebody also died. So somebody died, we say rest in peace, but we hope this person is at peace. Or he died at peace without any worries, without any regrets or anything like that. At home. So there's the literal meaning, which is at home, like at your house or apartment or wherever. But if you're at home, if you feel at home, you're very comfortable wherever you are or with whatever you're doing. You can also say at home with. I'm at home with this decision means I'm comfortable with it. I feel that it's the right thing to do. If somebody comes to my house, I say, make yourself at home. Feel like it's your house. Do whatever you want. Don't worry about trying to be polite or clean up after yourself or whatever. I mean, it's nice if you do, but if you're dirty in your house, be a little bit dirty here. That's okay too. So comfortable. Now, this is just a small sample of all the different types of collocations you can have within, on, and at. And if you want to see a bunch more, you can also go to my website, writetotop.com. I have a few videos on this, and there's a book coming out soon full of all these collocations that you can purchase on my website as well. Now, if you have any questions about any of this, please go to engvid.com and ask in the quiz section, in the comment section, and there's a quiz. You can test out your knowledge of these particular collocations. And if you like the video, don't forget to give me a like and subscribe to the channel, and come back next time. I'll give you some more useful expressions and tips to speak like a native speaker. Okay? Until then, bye-bye.